Bill Clinton says Bibi Netanyahu has not long wanted to fight Iran, not because he wants to make sure that Israel does not get destroyed, but because Bibi just wants to stay in office. Number 30.
Mr. Netanyahu has long wanted to fight Iran because that way he can stay in office forever and ever. I mean, he's been there most of the last 20 years. But I think we should be trying to diffuse it. And I hope President Trump will do that. I hope anybody there will do that. We've got to stop. We've got to convince our friends in the Middle East that we'll stand with them and try to protect them. But choosing undeclared wars in which the primary victims are civilians who are not politically involved one way or the other, or just want to live decent lives, is not a very good solution. Do I think that we have to try to stop Iran from having a nuclear weapon? I do. I tried at that, and we had some success. But we don't have to have all this outright, constant killing of civilians who can't defend themselves and they just want a chance to live.
How incredibly insulting. Bibi Netanyahu has long wanted to fight Iran so he can stay in office forever and ever and ever. That's why he wants to fight Iran. That's why he wants to eliminate Iran's nuclear program. And of course, later on at the end of this statement, he then says, well, do I believe that Iran ought not have a nuke? Yeah, I do. Well, what do you want the man to do? So Bibi Netanyahu has brought this crisis on himself only because he wants to stay in office. Nothing to do with protecting Israel. Nothing to do with dealing with an enemy that says death to Israel, death to America. It's because Bibi wants to stay in office long, forever and ever and ever. Really? Now, here's what's interesting. Rahm Emanuel was Barack Obama's chief of staff. And he's talking about this issue. And he said that Bill Clinton's security team told him that they had an opportunity to bomb North Korea, to prevent North Korea from getting a bomb, getting a nuke. But Jimmy Carter, without their authorization, goes over to North Korea, negotiates an end to their nuclear program, air quotes, and the dictator of North Korea doubles over laughing when Jimmy Carter leaves. And then Bill Clinton makes a big speech talking about how, because of his negotiations, he was able to stop North Korea's nuclear program. Here is Rahm Emanuel, number 21.
I would say that, look, I mean, I'll give you a practice we had. You had to give your argument and then what was wrong with it. So I would not break that ethos until Israel has shown all its capacity and run its course, and you've run your diplomatic. You always, they know you have the military option. It is already having an ability where they have said they want to get back to the table. I'd leave that, but put a time frame on the negotiations as well. Now, I'm haunted by two things. Not haunted, but I have a flashing yellow light. In 1994, same room, Situation Room, Bill Clinton was getting basically his security team bombed North Korea. President Carter, having gone there, messed it up and messed up that opportunity, and now you have a nuclear North Korea.
I'm getting yellow lights because back in 1994, Bill Clinton's security team told me they were saying bomb North Korea, but Jimmy Carter, quote, messed it up, close quote, by going to North Korea and then sitting down with the dictator and negotiating an end to their nuclear proliferation. So, and now Bill Clinton is saying, the reason Bibi Netanyahu wants to fight Iran is because he wants to stay in power forever. According to what Rahm Emanuel just now said, your security team was advising you to bomb North Korea. You were ready to do it to prevent them from getting a nuke, and Jimmy Carter messed it up. Let's hear what Rahm Emanuel said one more time, number 21.
I would say that, look, I mean, I'll give you a practice we had. You had to give your argument and then what was wrong with it. So I would not break that ethos until Israel has shown all its capacity and run its course, and you've run your diplomatic. You always, they know you have the military option. It is already having an ability where they have said they want to get back to the table. I'd leave that, but put a time frame on the negotiations as well. Now, I'm haunted by two things. Not haunted, but I have a flashing yellow light. In 1994, same room, Situation Room, Bill Clinton was getting basically his security team bombed North Korea. President Carter, having gone there, messed it up and messed up that opportunity, and now you have a nuclear North Korea.
Now, after Carter, quote, messed it up and allegedly negotiated a treaty, Bill Clinton then goes public and says, hi, we stopped their program. Listen to this.
Before I take your questions, I'd like to say just a word about the framework with North Korea that Ambassador Gallucci signed this morning. This is a good deal for the United States. North Korea will freeze and then dismantle its nuclear program. South Korea and our other allies will be better protected. The entire world will be safer as we slow the spread of nuclear weapons. South Korea, with support from Japan and other nations, will bear most of the cost of providing North Korea with fuel to make up for the nuclear energy it is losing. And they will pay for an alternative power system for North Korea that will allow them to produce electricity while making it much harder for them to produce nuclear weapons. The United States and international inspectors will carefully monitor North Korea to make sure it keeps its commitments. Only as it does so will North Korea fully join the community of nations.
So let me get this straight. The president who bragged about stopping North Korea's nuclear program, a program that they have to this day, and every now and then shoot off a missile in order to get concessions, is now accusing Bibi Netanyahu of wanting to fight Iran, not to stop a nuclear program, but because he wants to remain in power. And this president, referring to Bill Clinton, his own staff told him to bomb North Korea, and Rahm Emanuel certainly implies he was prepared to do that until Jimmy Carter messed it up. After which Bill Clinton then goes public and brags about the phony treaty that Jimmy Carter negotiated to stop Iran's nuclear program, when in fact it did not stop Iran's nuclear program. Do I have this right? And here he is arrogantly blasting away at Bibi Netanyahu for trying to do something that he failed to do, which is to stop a rogue nation from having a nuke. The man who bragged about stopping a rogue nation from having a nuke when they didn't stop is now advising Bibi Netanyahu on what to do to stop a rogue nation from having a nuke. Scotty, beam me up. Let's hear a little bit more of what Bill Clinton said, number 30.
Mr. Netanyahu has long wanted to fight Iran because that way he can stay in office forever and ever. I mean, he's been there most of the last 20 years. But I think we should be trying to diffuse it.
Okay. I think we should be trying to diffuse it like you diffused North Korea's nuclear program? Like you were able to stop a rogue nation from having a nuke that still intimidates its neighbors and the world by blasting off missiles from time to time to get concessions? Mr. Bill Clinton, don't you think you should sit this one out?
For full shows, live and on demand, it's Salem News Channel.